Hey, we're about to get started with the Flashback weekly top 5 comics, but instead, in the meantime, we've got store owner Craig George here to talk about a big event coming up soon. Take a look.
Hey guys, I want to say thank you to everybody that comes out to my store on a weekly basis. I want to talk about our free comic book day, which is May 2nd, 2015. It starts from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It's going to be a great event. Cosplayers, we want all of you guys to come out. We're having a cosplay contest, which will be voted on by the attendees for free comic book day. First place in the cosplay contest, you're going to get a $100 gift certificate here. Second place, you're going to get a $50 gift certificate. And third place, I'm going to buy you a barbecue sandwich from Magic Mike's Barbecue. And
what are we going to eat there?
Magic Mike's Barbecue.
We've got Magic Mike's for everyone?
Yes. I mean, granted, you have to pay for it because it's Magic Mike's, and it's the best barbecue you'll ever have.
Will your normal everyday customers already know about Magic Mike's?
No, but they will after this event.
Nice. What sort of sandwiches might we eat? Because I'm really into the food part of this.
Barbecue.
Nice. All right, and so free comic book day, we've got free comic books from practically every publisher, right?
Oh, absolutely. We got everyone that was offered.
And each attendee can pick up a free comic book. Obviously, we can't give them away to everyone, right? Or every last one to every attendee. How many free comics can each person get?
We limit that to 5.
It's not bad. It's not bad. And there's some more freebies on top of that as well?
Oh, yeah. You're going to meet a bunch of different artists and creators that are local, and there's going to be some other people out front doing some wicked awesome things.
Well, that sounds wicked awesome to me. Thanks.
I'm not from Boston.
Me neither. Wicked awesome.
Wicked cool.
Thanks, Craig George.
That was my pleasure, buddy.
Hello again, and welcome to the Comics Online podcast, Season 15, Episode 28. I'm your host, Kevin Gaussoin, and with me today... What?
Season 15.
Yeah.
15 seasons of ComicsOnline.com.
Episode 28, Part 1. Part 2 is after this, and you just scroll down, you can hook it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Troy David Phillips here, manager of Flashback Comics and Games in Woodbridge, Virginia. With me, my wonderful co-host, Kevin Gaussoin, ComicsOnline.com.
Ta-da.
For everything geek pop culture.
All right.
And if this is the first time you've tuned in to the Comics Online Flashback Comics video, we're sorry.
But you've got some interesting stuff to catch up on. We talk about not only the top 5 comics every week, the top 5 according to Troy, the top 5 according to Kevin, but we also, get a little bit off topic in part 1 and talk about other comic book related things.
Like, for example, the upcoming Netflix original series Daredevil.
So excited.
Right there. Man Without Fear, baby. Daredevil. Do you know, Kevin, I am fortunate enough to own a copy of Daredevil #1, April 1964.
That is amazing. That comic book, ladies and gentlemen, is older than Troy. True story.
Yes, it is. Do you know that I also own a copy of Daredevil #7, which is the first appearance of the red costume as created by artist Wallace Wood, featuring Daredevil in battle with the Submariner.
Hey.
Now, proving that he is the man without fear. If you're fighting Submariner, you are brave.
No kidding.
I also have Daredevil #12. And, I have a lot of Daredevil.
Apparently you have a lot of Daredevils.
I have a lot of Daredevil in my collection.
So what's now that's your collection. In here in Flashback Comics and Games in Woodbridge, Virginia, what's the cherry on top of the Daredevil smorgasbord that your customers can get?
We actually have a lot of Daredevil-related things here in terms of the comics, back issues, and trade paperbacks. I have, for example, several of the Ed Brubakers.
Nice.
I was actually just handling issue #1 of Daredevil Bullseye, written by Kevin Smith. I also have several of the Echo. Parts of a Whole, the story arc was called, that introduced Echo into the series. Okay. But I have Daredevil 158. That is Frank Miller and his premiere on Daredevil, the series.
Now, don't you also have the death of spoilers for a comic that's very old?
Well, before I get there...
Oh, there's more.
I have Daredevil 168, where Frank Miller introduced Elektra. And then I have 181, featuring the death of Elektra and Daredevil's climactic battle with Bullseye, which ends up seeing Bullseye's entire skeleton shattered. Did you know that because of those injuries, Bullseye was taken to Japan by a character named Lord Darkwind, who performed the same procedure that was performed on Wolverine, giving Bullseye adamantium reinforced bones?
I did not even remember that.
Well, that happened. Daredevil 196 begins this, and we see, Bullseye then returns to New York in Daredevil 200, where he petitions the Kingpin for his old job back. The Kingpin says, maybe. Why don't you get cleaned up and get out of my office? Daredevil tracks down Bullseye, and they fight, and Daredevil kicks his butt. We don't see Bullseye again in comics for quite some time, but it comes back in the Mark Grunwald days of Captain America. Streets of Poison, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing.
All
but
right.
we're talking Daredevil. April 10th, 2015. Netflix.
We're excited for it.
Daredevil will be considered part of the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just on Netflix instead of on the big screen or on ABC. So you're going to want to watch it and know that this is part of the same universe that the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy live in.
And I'm pretty darn sure that our viewers can look forward to later this summer some in-person interviews with some of the cast of Daredevil. So you have that to look forward to.
You're bringing the cast to my house, right?
I'm pretty sure that's how it'll work.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Right. You don't mind flying them out and letting them sleep in your house, right? It's fine?
I got $50.
We'll work it out.
Kevin's got the rest.
So this week, Troy, you've got top 5 comics.
I got top 5 comics. You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Okay, I'm going to borrow both your hands there. We're going to start with IDW and Boom Studios, who have teamed up to give us the Star Trek Planet of the Apes crossover. In this series, we see the Klingon Empire having visited this parallel universe, selling weapons to the guerrillas, causing a social upheaval. It's the Captain Kirk and company, so it's the Kirk era of the original series Star Trek. We also have, Colonel George Taylor, who was played by Charlton Heston in the 1968 film. Colonel Taylor is interacting with Captain Kirk, trying to convince Captain Kirk of the importance of breaking the Prime Directive. Yeah, it's been good. It's been so good. Attention to detail in the development of both franchises in this crossover series. IDW, Boom Studios, Planet of the Apes, The Primate Directive.
This looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, you should have been here all along.
The only way this could be better would be to have another Star Trek crossover featuring the beautiful art of J.K. Woodward. But hey, whatever. Stott and Kershaw, I'm sure they're fine. Once again, Kevin's going to tell me that he wasn't there at the beginning, and once again, I'm going to have to walk over to the shelf and pick up the previous issues that I will drop on Kevin. So what's your number 2? Number 2, DC Comics, giving us Mortal Kombat X. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5. You are eagerly anticipating this video game. You are a fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise. You have played Scorpion. You have played Sub-Zero. You have done Jax. You have done Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Sonya Blade, Jax, Motaro. Cue the music anytime now. This comic is so freaking good. I am so happy with Mortal Kombat X. It has me excited to play the game. I can't even describe how excited I am to play this game. We are given backstory all along now in the previous 4 issues on Scorpion, on Sub-Zero, Raiden, on the greater conflict between Outworld and the other realms. It's a rebooting of the franchise, yes, and it is a well-done rebooting of the franchise. If you have not played Mortal Kombat before now, if you hadn't seen the movies, if you hadn't seen the television series Mortal Kombat Conquest, great. Pick this up, jump in fresh. This begins part 1 of the Blood Gods story arc. So this is an ongoing then? Yes, it is. I thought this was just a series of limited series, and that's pretty cool. No. So if you've been here all along, get ready to pick up Blood Gods part 1. If you haven't been here all along, if you missed out on the early issues, if you didn't know what it was all about, this is a jump in place. Part 1 of the story arc. Mortal Kombat X number 5. Get this. Nice. All right, you ready to go to Image Comics for a minute? Here we go.
The epic prequel to Jupiter's Legacy. This is Jupiter's Circle. Okay, Marc Millar is still the writer. Now, I'm sorry we don't have Frank Quietly. We do have Wilfredo Torres as the artist, however, in this prequel to what we know as Jupiter's Legacy. If you were there at the beginning of Jupiter's Legacy, you saw the conflict between the two generations of heroes. You saw the betrayal, the heartfelt betrayal. You saw the superheroes needing to go underground, and this is going to take us to a point in time before that particular story unfolds. So we get to see the setup. The tagline here is, even your parents were young once. That's all very true. All of our parents were young once. And in the case of Jupiter's Legacy, Jupiter's Circle is going to take us back into that earlier time period and give us more of a setup into the world, how things got the way they are in the first issue of Jupiter's Legacy, which, let me guess, Kevin, you don't have one and you need one, and fortunately for you, I have one.
Hey, look, Blake. Anyway.
Yeah, I actually have a 9.8 graded copy of Jupiter's Legacy, should you need one.
Maybe. I'm going to give that guy, see that one right there, watching this video, I'm going to give him a chance first.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, but hurry up, because Kevin likes to have a complete collection of 9.8 graded everythings.
Clearly.
Okay, Dynamite Entertainment. I love Dynamite Entertainment, and I love Frank Cho, and I love Jungle Girl. And this is Frank Cho doing Jungle Girl Season 2 for Dynamite Entertainment. So many wonderful things adding up here. If you're already familiar with Liberty Meadows creator Frank Cho, maybe you've seen the Marvel series Shanna the She-Devil and the sequel Shanna the She-Devil series. Maybe you've been following the Jungle Girl series all along that's come out from Dynamite. If not, come pick this #1 up and get introduced to all of this wonderful goodness. Jungle Girl has dinosaurs. Frank Cho drawing dinosaurs. Frank Cho drawing Jungle Girl. Doug Merry and Jack Jadson are also in the creative team here. This book looks phenomenal. Come get this. Again, I'm very, very excited about what I see. Jungle adventures with beautiful women and dinosaurs. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a capital THING thing. Okay.
Oh.
My #5 pick now comes from DC Comics again. This is the first issue of Convergence. Open it up and show them the wraparound. Wraparound cover on the first issue of Convergence, and also, I didn't pull them out, but this week, the Convergence tie-in books start coming down. So we've seen Speed Force, we're going to see the Atom, we're going to see Batman and Robin, we're going to see Harley Quinn. Yes, Speed Force, I already said Speed Force, I'm sorry, I'm very excited about the return of Wally West. Okay, so Convergence #1, you saw the Zero issue, you saw the setup. Spoiler alert, if you didn't read Zero yet, turn your ears away. Okay, we saw Superman and Brainiac and the bottling of the multiple reality metropolises. We know that Convergence is going to touch on a lot of different parallel realities from across the multiverse. Here we are. Following off of Earth 2 World's End and DC's Futures End series, both of those wrapped up last week, Convergence is getting the ball rolling. This is going to give DC their 2-month break. They're moving their offices out to the West Coast. When Convergence is over, we're going to pick up in the new DC universe. Won't be called the New 52 anymore, although some things aren't going to change very much. Some things are going to change a whole heck of a lot.
So wait a minute. So I can jump back on and into DC Comics again?
You absolutely could. You could have at any point in time.
But you know what I'm saying? And not be angry about it?
Well, here's the thing. Batman, #41, will come out at the end of Convergence, and it will still be Scott Snyder, and it will still be Greg Capullo. So will their stories from the New 52 continuity carry over? Yes, they will. We're just not branding it as the New 52. We're not calling it that anymore.
All right. I thought the universe was going to change again.
We are not rebooting the entire universe. So, that's my top 5, and I'm going to show the +1 when you're done with your top 5.
All right.
You ready?
I am ready. So my first one for this week, Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man. Of course, I got to start Marvel because I am a Marvel zombie. This is Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man number 12. When we last saw Miles, who walked in but Ultimate Doom? He's kind of in a bad spot, but it seemed like Ultimate Dr. Doom was walking in to actually walk him out of his captivity with Ultimate Hydra, and I can't stop saying Ultimate in front of anything that happens in the Ultimate Universe. As you see on the cover, in 1 month, time runs out with the Secret Wars, and so soon we will no longer have to say Ultimate in front of so many things.
Well, yeah, but it'll still be Ultimate. Miles will still be with us.
That's true, and so I'm excited about that. We got to keep him. He's probably my favorite part of that whole universe.
He is a fantastic character. Brian Michael Bendis made a believer out of a lot of people who would have poo-pooed the character otherwise.
For real.
Ready for your number 2 spot?
I'm ready for number 2. Keeping with Marvel and Spider everything, we've got Peter David's Spider-Man 2099, and this is, which number is this, Troy? I don't remember what number we're on. This is number 11 already. We're just rocking through. And when last we left, I don't even remember where Mike or Miguel was left, but gosh, after Spider-Verse happened, I've just been loving this more and more. I can't even say more because I loved it so much then. He's back in the 2099 universe and back battling Alchemax, but this is a Peter David thing now. This isn't back in the 90s or what was that, late 80s when that came out?
90s.
Was it 90s? I was thinking like 89-ish. No,
like 90. Oh, geez, I don't even remember precisely. It was like 93, maybe.
I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was it was a little weak then, but oh my gosh, that character in that universe is so interesting now.
Oh yeah.
My third pick for this week.
I see you've jumped over to the Image Comics side of things.
Jumping over to Image. In fact, I only have 2 Marvels this week. It's weird. So we have from Image Comics. We've got Saga number 27. And when we last left them, gosh, I can't even remember where they left off. They were fighting, and I think at the very end they said the daughter said, and that's when my parents split up. Well, here we've got a bunch of you can't show that on YouTube. I think there's some nudity and swearing in this book. By the way, this is a mature reader's book, but a lot of this is flashback. In this episode in this issue, so be prepared for that, and be prepared to love everything about Saga. If you haven't started it already, Troy can get you started on the trades.
Saga is a fantastic series, critically acclaimed, swept up awards on both coasts of the country. Definitely. Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples have been turning in an amazing job on this book. If you haven't been picking up Saga all along, definitely the trade paperback collections are the way to go. There are currently 4 volumes of that book, and I will back you up on the single issues as much as I possibly can. Having said that, let's go on to one of my favorites from Image. I'm glad to see you're on this bandwagon.
I'm all over it. Jay Faerber has been killing it, along with Mr. Godlewski on Copperhead. Now this is issue 6 now, and they just keep getting better. They just keep getting deeper into this world and making each character fully fleshed out and fully realized as a person. It's kind of funny when you with the first story arc where you've got these globby green people and you're thinking, oh, I don't like them because they're globby green people, but then you realize they're just different looking people, and it kind of says a little bit about human nature that way.
If you haven't been following the series all along, it is very much a dirty Western set out in space.
Dirty.
It is frontier town, and it is, law and order is enforced sometimes with bare knuckles and guts. And we have a very interesting lead female character as the sheriff and her alien deputy, who was passed over for a promotion, so he's a little bit bitter on the topic. And her son, she's a single mom, raising her kid in a very tough place to be raising anything.
And there's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly happened? What's the deal with these artificial life forms, and why did they get discarded after the war? Was it a war?
Yeah. So, yeah.
And what's with that? There seems to be a little bit of mystery involving that, so I can't wait to see how that shakes out.
The least you need to know. Now, this one is no surprise to me that it's Kevin's number 5 and top 5 pick.
Come on, this is my top pick every time it comes out, The Walking Dead. And, of course, this time we've got issue number 140. My goodness, 140 already. Where did we even leave off? Oh, we left off in the dock when Rick is meeting Michonne at the dock, and of course we return to the dock once again. And this issue starts up with Michonne once again asserting, "No, I'm not going back to Alexandria. I'm fine on the high seas now. Michonne is kind of, for the most part, hung up her sword and is a fisherman."
Well, then, there now. So, Walking Dead, congratulations, incidentally, to Robert Kirkman for keeping this book going in the comic market. This independent title, 140 issues, not an easy thing to do.
Definitely.
The book has turned into a cultural phenomenon, the comic, the TV show, and
the second
everything
TV show
attached to it. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Again, kudos to Robert Kirkman on this.
Right.
Wait. We got one more.
Look at what Marc got me. Marc got me Daryl Dixon on his chopper. Marc is so nice. And things like this are available at Flashback. They don't have one now, but they could probably get you one if you really asked. Call Troy. He'll hook you up.
And I actually think that's mine.
No, it's mine.
You don't even like Daryl.
What are you talking about? I was the one tweeting out if Daryl dies, we riot over and over right before the season finale because we were going to riot if Daryl died.
Who pays attention to Twitter anymore?
Only everyone. Apparently, people pay less attention to Facebook anymore. I don't know why.
Oh, well. Now, lastly, because we were going to talk a quick plus one, Kevin and I agreed on this because we don't see writing from this particular comic talent anywhere near frequently enough. You loved him back when he was the artist in Infinity Incorporated. You loved him when he was the artist on DC's Invasion series. You loved him for The Incredible Hulk, The Amazing Spider-Man, and Spawn. You've probably bought a McFarlane toy at some time or another. Todd McFarlane is writing a series. Brian Holgan is doing the art along with Clayton Crane. This is
Savior number 1.
Thank you. That was a good pickup there. Savior number 1 from Image Comics. If you are a Todd McFarlane fan, there is really not a reason in the world not to be picking this book up. Any second, I'm going to get the high sign that tells me I can crack this open and show you interiors. That's good, but I was kind of thinking that was a little bit better. Take a look at the inside of this book. Generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, Todd McFarlane's name attached to a comic book is a mark of quality. So Savior is got to be no exception to that.
That's some beautiful internal art there. I thought, oh, well, hey, we've got some painted cover, but how can the inside be as good as that? No, every panel is great.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So that's our top 5 picks for this week, ladies and gentlemen.
More plus ones? Are those your plus ones too, or no?
Well, no, but I will certainly and
might
happily
as well tell people about them. You've got some things that not every store has.
The Walking Dead Rise of the Governor, a novel. This is actually the special slipcase edition of Rise of the Governor. You might have actually already picked one up, but you might be looking for a gift for a Walking Dead fan. Or you might want to upgrade the copy that you've already got into something that is so beautiful on a coffee table or on a bookshelf. This book actually retails for... I wish I could remember these things off the top of my head.
$74.99.
$74.99. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I've got them here at Flashback Comics, and one of them could be yours. I have a lot of trade paperbacks, a lot of hardcovers and slipcases, a lot of back issues, a lot of new books. And tomorrow morning, that's going to be Wednesday morning here in the Eastern Seaboard.
This is new top 5 comics for Wednesday, April 8th, 2015. By the way,
we're going to have a lot of new comics.
A lot of new comics. This is a great week. Come in.
Yes,
for sure.
Indeed. So, you ready to get some dinner?
I'm ready to get some dinner, but I had an additional plus one, but I can't find it. It's I don't know. I think we might just have to give up. But we'll see you after this. If you can find it, by the way, there'll be a contest involving a giveaway, in fact, involving our our plus, my additional +1. So if you can find it, just let me know. Comment this.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back.
From leaping tall buildings to going off like gamma bombs. Switch your internet browser to ComicsOnline.com.